religious person, it is incumbent on us when we see something that is right, is godly, is rightly, that we should say something so that at the end of the day, people don't feel that, and they call themselves people of God, and we are unable to see, and we are unable to get to support things that are right. This morning, being what you know us to be, we are talking as people of faith, and that is why two very important and big organizations are coming together. We have a father who just marked his 65th birthday, the Archbishop of Dominion Chapel International. We have decided to work together and to say it together that this is our stand on what is happening in the country, especially as affects a particular organization and its executive. That is the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Jamb. And his leader, Professor Isaac Oloyede. We as religious persons, we believe we should make a stand on what has happened. And that's why we have decided that we are going to have this small press conference to register our thoughts and our stand. Once again, I welcome you all, member of the press, and the father of it all, Archbishop John Praise Daniel. I'll hand over the microphone to him without wasting our time to let us know where we are here.
Thank you so much, Imam Faouz Adeyemi, a wonderful, great leader in the faith, and especially in the Islamic faith. You've always led by example, and we have always admired your tenacity, your commitment to integrity, your commitment to probity, and your commitment to the progress of our great nation through the faith. And so thank you for inviting us to join faith together on this very important occasion. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we're welcome to this press conference, being an interfaith press conference in solidarity with Professor Ishaq Olayede, Registrar of Jamb, a beacon of integrity and exemplary public service. First of all, our hearts go out to all parents and candidates affected by the recent Jamb system glitch. We understand how distressing and disappointing this experience must have been after so much preparation and anticipation. Please know that you are not alone in this moment, and your resilience is deeply admired. Thankfully, Jamb has provided a second opportunity to resit the exam, and we urge you to make the most of it. Stay calm, stay focused, and approach the next attempt with renewed confidence and determination, and may success be yours. Number two, furthermore, we are here to express our deepest solidarity and profound appreciation to Professor Ishaq Olarewaju Oloyede, the Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Jamb, for his bold, transparent, and commendable leadership in addressing the recent system glitch that affected the outcome of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. We were particularly moved by his public admission of the incident and his unreserved apology to Nigerians. In a system where cover-ups are often the norm, and accountability is scarce, his public acknowledgement of the issue stands as a powerful testament to integrity, accountability, and humility. It is a rare act, most unheard of, especially among public servants and political office holders in this country. His response has not only elevated the standards of leadership in Nigeria, but has also rekindled public trust in public institutions. 4. While we unequivocally stand with him in this moment, we also respectfully urge that as a matter of urgency, the entire process that led to the system glitch be openly investigated. Any individual or group found culpable should be appropriately sanctioned. This critical step, we believe, will not only reinforce public confidence in Jamb's processes, but also serve as a deterrent to future negligence or sabotage. 5. Let it be known that his tenure since 2016 has been marked by visionary leadership and transformative reforms that have reshaped Jamb into a model institution. The achievements under his stewardship are not just numerous, they are profound and impactful, and some of which are as follows. 6. Financial reforms and transparency. Under his leadership, Jamb underwent an unprecedented financial transformation. Before his appointment, the board remitted less than 50 million annually to the federal government. By 2017, that figure rose to 7.8 billion naira, and over 20.7 billion has been remitted cumulatively under his administration. These results were driven by his unwavering commitment to financial discipline, regular auditing, and the eradication of entrenched corrupt practices, setting a new benchmark for transparency in Nigeria's public sector. 8. Technological innovations. He spearheaded the modernization of Jamb through robust technological integration. The introduction of the Central Admissions Processing System, CAPS, revolutionized the admission process, ensuring fairness, reducing human interference, and promoting a merit-driven culture. Also, he expanded and standardized computer-based test, CBT, centers nationwide, making the examination process more accessible, credible, and efficient for millions of Nigerian students. 10. Inclusivity and equal opportunity. Under his watch, Jamb established the Jamb Equal Opportunity Group that reflects a rare and admirable commitment to social equity. Through this initiative, he provided candidates with disabilities a fair chance to pursue their academic dreams. It is a clear demonstration that under his leadership, no Nigerian child is left behind, regardless of their physical challenges. 12. Recognition and awards. In recognition of his exceptional service, He was awarded the Sun Lifetime Achievement Award in 2024. Additionally, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself publicly commended his unwavering commitment to integrity and excellence in public service, an acknowledgement that further cements his place among Nigeria's most transformative administrators. 14. Recent challenges and leadership in crisis. The technical errors that affected the 2025 UTME results presented a moment of crisis. Yet, it was in this moment that his character shone brightest. By owning the issue, apologizing without excuses, and offering concrete remedial actions, including a receipt for affected candidates. To us, he demonstrated true leadership, and his response should be widely praised. We call on the National Orientation Agency to showcase and publicize his action as an example of public officials. And as an example, all public officials should emulate. 16. We commend you, Professor Loide, for the courage to lead with honesty, for setting new standards in educational governance, and for proving that integrity is not only possible in public service, but also essential. 17. We remain solidly behind you and pray for strength, wisdom, and continued success as you guide Jamb toward even greater heights. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Signed, Imam Al-Fawud Adeyemi and Archbishop John Praise Daniel.
Well, I think that was the. There's no working there. Eh?
Okay, maybe.
That was the stand. But I don't know, member of the press, if you have any question before we round it up.
From the parent, I want you to make a message or make a call from the parent side where they should exercise some patience. I believe so many organizations, even broadcasting organization of Nigeria, yesterday commended a registrar working from the Islamic community has done. So please just make a call to the Nigerian parents on the issue. Thank you.
Secondly, was the issue of the lady that committed suicide due to Jamb exam. It was because her case was reported. There are so many other students that couldn't resist the pressure, suffer more psychological depression or other something like that. So where does Jamb, until Jamb standardize the situation, these cases of challenges with secondary school students was not in the general public, but with Jamb, there are cases of sickness, and latest one from suicide. So what do you want to put the educational system of the country to exam fear? And people say that Jamb just decided to be unnecessarily high-handed without thinking that the people who are doing the exam, the circumstance was not only peculiar to Jamb, it's in vocational education. And Jamb decided to ignore all those other ones and decided to put their own standard, even when more than 70% of the entire students could not even meet half of their standard. Thank you.
Good morning. If I just add a little bit to what my colleagues have said, my focus will be in the area for the students. Talking about mental health, he talks about somebody committing suicide. I believe as faith-based organization, we mental health of not just our youth, but generality of Nigerians. So if you will be able to speak to that fact and tie, you know, what happened educational-wise and how our young ones should manage some things going forward. Then secondly, this issue has brought a lot of discourse. Going forward, some have said even Jamb should be scrapped. There's no need for Jamb. The various institutions can take charge. What's your own view? What reforms? Should Jamb be scrapped? Should we have more reforms in Jamb? What's your take on that? Thank you.
You want to? Okay.
Well, I think maybe let's handle the ones we have received first, but don't forget. The first question was actually answered in the first paragraph of our speech that we read. It says, first of all, our hearts go out to all the parents and candidates affected by the recent Jamb system glitch. We understand how distressing and disappointing this experience must have been after so much preparation and anticipation. And we also learned that Jamb also has made a provision for the exam to be rewritten. And they apologized and they own up that he didn't want to give excuses, you know, and didn't want to put the blame on anyone. And I think that's leadership. He owned up on the error and on the mistake. And not just that, provision has been made, you know, for those, and the centers have been enumerated all across the country. Anywhere there was a problem, they have been asked to register and receipt for those exams. So we believe that they will rectify and correct that which was wrong. And so what we all ask is for patience from both the parents and the students. You know, you can't kill yourself because of one failure. Failure is not fatal, success is not final. Many people that have achieved success in life fail many times before they eventually succeeded. So if you fail once and you are going to take your life off, maybe because she does not have an experience. Many of us where we are today will fail many times.
I wrote WAEC 5 times.
Hey, good. You know? So I think we need to be patient and we need to give them the chance. Those who need to rewrite will write it, and I'm sure they will correct all that needs to be corrected. They will correct all that needs to be corrected. And before my brother will take over. Yeah. The issue of letting every institution do it may not be very recommended because standard will be lowered. And there's no monitoring. The essence of Jamb is to be able to monitor what happens and to create a standard for all, okay? Not having every institution doing their own thing. So I think, just like we said, it was not like this before. And of course, in the issue of changes and transformation, there are going to be a lot of complaints. But with time, we'll get adjusted. And I think we'll get things done better in Jamb than it is right now. But let's commend what they are doing. And I'm happy that we are bringing out some of the areas in which they are failing. We don't just say, yes, kudos. But we also look at where and which areas things are not being done well and recommend that these areas must be handled appropriately. Thank you.
Well, another question is the issue of the educational imbalance, things that are not done right. The government generally, we have abandoned one area. One, we all know the educational system is not as they were supposed to be as at now in this country. And with also the Jamb itself making a kind of correction. Where the world is going now, if there is not an inroad, there is no gate for people to know that we are moving into the world, the bigger world, we'll continue to live in behind. With Jamb, every student knows that the world has changed. I don't want to say it's changing. The world has changed.
Yes.
If we continue to sit down where we are because we want to please some people, that will be a disaster. Yeah. Not just for individual, but for the nation. Something must set our mind that we have to compete with the world. And that is what we feel Jamb is doing, is making our children to get ready for the world. It's better you go and learn it, how to do it well. Then also, the issue of mental health is now a challenge, especially with the social media.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you are aware, a child killed himself about 5 days ago. He was on AI, and he was befriending AI on something, and he now said he created a friend. You know, there's a particular application that you can talk to dead person. You can talk to somebody who has died 1,000 years ago through AI, and the person created a wife on AI, and they were chatting, they were love letters. The boy will write, the girl, imaginary girl will also write, and now say, I want to come and see you. And just say, can you come now? Say, yes. Okay, you have a gun, look for a gun, and say, okay, shoot yourself, then we meet. And that's how the boy killed himself. Right. So the issue of mental health is something that is in every home now. So they have gotten a kind of utopian world before they write the exam, that, oh, when I finish, I become a lawyer, I become a judge, I become this, and on my graduation days, the clothes I want to wear, at the end of the day, you didn't get it, you are devastated. Yeah. So that is what we are seeing now. It's not just because you failed Jamb once, and that is the end of it. Somebody will go and kill it. So I also tell people with pride, I wrote WAEC 5 times. Not that we failed, but we did not have the right combination. Like I have my first WAEC, I had 5 credits, 4 A's, 1 C, but no English, no maths. Do you know what it means that time? If you don't have English, you don't have maths, you can't go to anywhere. And by God's grace, all our colleagues today, those who are not above, were at par. So the meaning is that you fail once, that is not the end of everything. But because of the health issue that has been involved through social media, I think government has to do something on this issue of social media. It has to be regimented. Because if you think we don't allow anybody to give us freedom, and we assume it's freedom, look at even what Donald Trump said yesterday, a week ago. He said he's declaring May 1st as National Prayer Day in America. And they also ended the religion, said, we are bringing religion to America. So the meaning is, if these people we assume they are the ones that are free world, and they want to regiment their life based on their religion, what about we, that the greatest thing we have is religion? Why don't we use religion to control the way we live and to make it better? We can teach the world how to be religiously developed. Yes. But something has to be done. We have to start from somewhere. And that is why nationally, personally, I've always been calling for a Department of Religious Affairs that will be able to control and coordinate the way things are being done. If not, we assume that everything is well where everything is not well. That's true. Somebody also talking about Jamb reforms, I think my colleagues has mentioned that the reform is they should continue with what they are doing and make things better. There is no any need for it, because by the time everybody is doing their own, before you know it, somebody who has a first class will not be able to go to ordinary Cotonou to work because will not be able to defend it. So this standardization, I think, is one of the best, and we should encourage people to queue in.
And then let me add on the issue of mental health. Parents do not have to be distant from their children. There's the need for constant counseling, advice, and talking, especially when you know they are at that stage. They are writing their exams, find out how they feel. If you notice that they are withdrawing because they fail, get them close to yourself as a father or as a mother. Love that child more than you've done before. Show them more kindness than you've done before, just to let them forget the disappointment they are going through. I think some of these things also happen because most of these children are brought up by single parents, or not brought up with not being loved by their parents.
The parents who are very busy don't have time
for them, for the children. You know, so some of these things happen. So parents are counseled, are advised to get close to their children, and especially in the teenage age of these children, from 16, 18 to 25. You must give them attention, no matter how busy you are. If not, we are losing the children. We are losing our kids to drugs. We are losing them to all forms of criminality, and it's not helping issues at all. So parents, we have a responsibility. Yes, the school can do their own, but what are we doing as parents to these children? Very, very important.
Go ahead. No, it's you.
Okay.
You can sit down. Please sit down. You are from Agawoye now.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Cynthia from TBC.
Simbi.
So, sir, I want you to address the issue of this timing and location because some of the students, they complained of, because some
Believe or think it's necessary to make it that early. I think it should be a bit convenient, especially when some of the students are staying far. There's nothing special about fixing it 6 a.m. or 10 a.m. Exam is exam, even if it's 12 noon, you are writing it. But at 6 a.m., maybe the weather is cool, they're able to think more. But I think they also have to consider the students, where they are coming from. So to me, 6 a.m. will be too early, for students to go write their exams. Maybe they should think about adjusting the time to maybe 8, 10, or whatever.
In addition, they can expand the time or the days. Instead of 3 days, they can make it 1 week, so that this early thing should be removed, and at least people start by 10 and should not be far, should not be 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers from where you live. They should walk towards that, so that at the end of the day, at least the children will be able to even walk there in a very peaceful and a secure environment.
Thank you.
Okay.
Added to that, as a press, we need to get our facts right. There is no Jamb examination written by 6 a.m. in the morning. The exam starts by 8 a.m. Students are advised to come early because of accreditations and attendance. The exam starts 8 a.m.
excuse me, I saw
Sorry, require a student to take like an hour.
How far have you been able to really follow up this case before this press briefing? Because what you are saying